welcome to Smiley's Corner. My name's Smilie. We are gathered here today with my good friend John.
I always want to, whenever you say my name's Smilie, my name's John. Maybe that's a good way to do it.
We could change it up if you want.
Welcome to Smiley's Corner. My name's Smilie. And my name's John. We are gathered here today. Well, fuck, that would fuck up the last bit of that. We are gathered here today with all the wonderful listeners out there in listening land. I feel like I still have the nap voice.
Nap voice?
Yeah, you know, like you just slept a while. And,
Did you take a long one today?
I don't think it's any longer than normal, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think I just naturally have nap voice. Probably. That's why I'm inaudible sometimes on the podcast. Is either a nap or just that's just how I was built. Huh. My brother has the same problem. My mom can't understand a word we're saying a lot. Just getting worse as the years go on. I don't know if that's because I mumble more or she's, getting to that age.
Maybe. I do have both my parents. My dad has, medically, trying to think of, a doctor has said that he has actual hearing loss, so he has a hearing aid.
Oh, okay. What's funny is they gave my mother's mom, my grandmother, they gave her such a hard time about wearing a hearing aid and stuff because she had one, but, she would always take it out. And it's just funny because I can 100% see my mom doing the exact same thing. Like, everything that they gave my grandmother a hard time, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you guys are all going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, why don't you just fucking take it easy, all right?
Yeah, I think some of them are better than others. Trying to think. I can't remember if my dad would take his out. I think he will sometimes, like if the battery goes dead or something.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I visited my grandmother over the holidays, I can't remember if that was Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, but you had to sit right next to her and talk to her. It was fine. I didn't mind it, but she's like, it's that bad. She just sits and watches TV. Probably can't hear a damn word of it, but
it's like, man, they really record these shows lower than they used to.
Yeah.
Which is funny because what does that mean to anything? Because I remember my brother, he used to always watch everything really loud. But no, I guess that doesn't make sense. Because I'm thinking if he's a soft-spoken guy, then he would. No, I'm trying to reason this out in my head, and it's not adding up. I'm thinking maybe he's soft-spoken because he has sensitive ears. But it's why the hell is he watching everything so fucking loud then?
Yeah.
But whatever, because I feel like I feel like I watch everything pretty low.
Really?
Yeah, I definitely remember living with Will, and it was always there. And it's no knock on them or anything, but listening to music in their house, they crank it up. I feel like I keep it at a moderate level because it would always be man, this is way louder than I would do it on my own. It's fine. I don't think we're bothering anybody, but this is way louder than I would go. But
really?
I'm always nervous about my neighbor and stuff.
Oh.
Especially whenever I'm watching a movie. Actually, I talked about that, what the fuck was that? Too Old to Die Young and stuff. And I was worried about that because I had it I had the HDMI cable into the laptop and stuff. And, it's a really slow show, but there are moments where the fucking synth soundtrack is just blaring. And I'm like, God, can I hear and feel all this? But I haven't had any complaints, so I think I'm a fairly good neighbor.
Yeah, I think walls are insulated a little better. I've lived next to people that have surround sound and shit, and you can hear ooh, fucking THX sound rumbling through the walls and shit. But and I imagine I probably do a little of that, but I don't think I go crazy because I don't have a sub or anything.
Yeah,
just have really loud speakers.
You do have a good sound system. They could probably make it out a little bit. That's what I always wonder about too. Is whenever I go outside to smoke, it's I'll have something on, and I'm outside, I'm yeah, it seems pretty tame. Inside, I'm just golly, as soon as I open the door, it's going to be blaring, but I feel like I'm good. I'm good. Went to a comic book show. I ended up getting Sunday off, so I got to make it. It wasn't really, nothing really notable. No fucking Rachel Starr. little disappointed. It's funny, he's at the Irving Convention Center. This is the second time. It's like, man, I almost know how to get here now. Kind of. Maybe. But it's always the same thing, man. It's like you get... I love it whenever it tells you you're at your destination, but, like, you're just in front of a place, and it's like, well, I can't, like, park here on the road.
Yeah.
So then I have to do, like, the circle around. I'm like, where exactly do I park here? Because I knew there was a parking garage, but I don't know. It's just fresh. I hate it whenever it's like, you've arrived at your destination. I'm like, yeah, I know this is the building, but I got to park my car somewhere to get into the building. I hate it when it fucking does that.
So did you get to meet anybody, or you just did some looking for books?
I knew a few names, and I'm not sure that I own anything by the guys, which is funny because they're all, like, legendary names, but it's definitely... If I was, like, 8 and fucking building a comic collection, I'd probably own a shit ton of stuff by these guys. But I didn't really know who a lot of them were. Well, I knew who a lot of them were, but I don't think I own anything. It's always funny because one guy pointed this out on Twitter a long time ago. I'll never forget it. But I guess somebody at a convention met him and was like, I don't know why he waited to meet him. He's like, oh, I feel bad. I don't have anything for you to sign. And I guess he didn't say this, but the guy was just like on Twitter or whatever, was just like, we're at a comic convention. You could probably find something here. I wrote, and I'm like, oh, I never. For some odd reason, I always thought that was a dick move, but I'm like, yeah, I guess they don't really care. And not only that, like half the shit's 30 years old. So if I walk up with a 30-year-old comic, they're not gonna know that I just fucking bought it 5 minutes ago. Neil Adams was there again.
Really?
I still never spoke to. It's amazing to me how easy it is to go up and just talk to these people. But yeah, I still haven't done that. That guy has so much fucking merch. Like it's just an entire corner just to him.
Really?
They have to ship all of his stuff there. Like, it's not like they come with stuff.
Damn.
They, like, ship his stuff there. Insane. I did think of you, though, because one booth... I'm going to sound like a dick because I probably should have hit you up, but they had a fucking... I'll say Tupperware. I don't know. Like a giant laundry basket full of... I bet there was probably at least 75 to 100 Nintendo games in there.
Really?
But I didn't look at any of the I didn't even look because I was like, I inherited the fucking Super Nintendo that I got not really far at all on Donkey Kong, and then just stopped playing video games. So I still have ones that, and that was the thing, is I remember when getting the Nintendo, I bought like 1 or 2 games, and I was like, all right, this is going to be my thing. I'm not going to be a collector. Like, that's just not going to be me. What I'll do, though, is I'll buy a game, and I'll beat it, and then I'll go and look for another one. And now I've got like 4 that I have not beaten at all. One of them is Ghosts and Goblins. Yeah, once I got that was one of the first ones I bought. I don't know why, but like really hard game. It's the same with Battletoads. They always look so much fun.
Yeah, they usually are. They're just like soul crushing.
And I just don't like. I don't know, man. I just don't want to. I don't want to get good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to like try to play through. I'll spend a decent amount of time on like a Super Mario Brothers or something. But like, I don't want to like. I almost feel like I'm like practicing an instrument or something, like trying to get like figure these games out and get good. I'm like, man, I just don't want to do that. But I don't know why. But like, they're the ones that always intrigue me the most.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing for somebody like me who is like, I'm bad at like easy games. So I don't know. It just, yeah. So I didn't peek. I should have fucking texted you though. I doubt he would have had anything like really that great. But I don't know. You never know. Those fucking places. He didn't really, like I said. It was just like nothing but comics. And then this guy, I mean, he had a whole comic booth like just full of stuff. And then the Nintendo game, so I'm like, maybe he doesn't even know what he has. Maybe he's just like, oh, this is stuff that might sell somewhere. So
sometimes you find oddball stuff like that too. Like whenever I was in San Antonio for that PAX convention, they had a couple of like retro resellers, and I found Solomon's Key, which is a super common game. It's only like $10, but it's one of those ones. It's still like pretty reasonably priced, and it's a good game. They're usually not, like, at least in the game stores around here, I had never seen it. So I was pretty happy about that. But I don't know. Like I don't have a whole lot of gets. For Valentine's Day, I got one of my holy grail, so to speak, games, which is Frankenstein, The Monster Returns on NES.
I was hoping you'd say Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Like, yeah, man, I've been looking for that game everywhere.
Well, that one actually, Frankenstein, Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, Mario Duck Hunt, and I still can't remember. I guess it just wasn't that memorable, but one of the Gauntlet games, either Gauntlet 1 or Gauntlet 2, those are the 4 original games that I had with my Nintendo as a child, and I kind of just, that's always been in the back of my head. I don't have the Gauntlet games. Gauntlet games are kind of, they're fun, but it's just the same thing. You could go hundreds of levels, and it's the same thing over and over and over. It's like a top-down role-playing thing. Go in the room, kill the things, find the key, get out.
All right.
Sometimes there's a boss fight.
I was going to say, I know I've seen it, but it's hard for me to... what's the one where you're on... oh, it's Joust, never mind. Is that the one where you're on ostriches?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I get those all confused. Even Joust, I was like, when I finally saw what it was, I'm like, this is not what I had in my head. You're jumping on ostriches? Are you even really jousting? Are you jousting? Yeah, you are?
Kinda, because you're battling, like, you can, I think if you play 2-player, you can battle each other. But yeah, I think you have like a little, like, thing. I'm not sure if it's actual, what do they call those things? Is it a joust?
I think that's just a good point. Is it a jousting pole?
Oh, it's a lance? Is that what it is?
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah. Well, don't you lance in, like, lancing stuff, like burning stuff off?
No, lancing's like stabbing something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably right. A lancer. I don't think that's it at all. But speaking of video games and Valentine's Day, I understand you saw the highest grossing, well, maybe opening weekend video game movie of all time.
Yeah, it did really good. I don't know what the final count was, but
nice. I don't know why I was so happy to hear that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna see the movie, but
but yeah, I mean, my girlfriend went and saw Sonic the Hedgehog.
2 furry thumbs up.
Yeah, it was good. It was definitely like, I won't say it was bad, but it's not like, it wasn't like, I don't think it was made for me.
Yeah, I like hearing like a mid-30s guy be like, I mean, Sonic movie, you know, Best Picture 2021 maybe it'll be in that category.
But I mean, they did a really good job.
I hear nothing but adults talking about it too. That's what I find so funny about this. Like, man, that's I mean, I fucking watch comic book movies, so and I went to a comic convention, so I can't really talk shit. So
they did a really good job, like, because you basically have to take this weird video game character, all this like weird like lore, even though there isn't really a whole hell of a lot to the Sonic
games. Did you cheer
games.
every time there was a reference to the game and stuff?
No, but they did a really good job of basically throwing that into like a real world scenario, quote unquote, and but you still had all the little nods to the game. There were lots of Easter eggs and stuff. I don't know.
I don't know why they just don't go like full video game movie. Like, just make it set in that universe.
I'm trying to think.
That's what bugged me about the Mario Brothers. I'm like, imagine if, like, I don't know, he's at a house working on a toilet. Like, maybe set it live action. He's working on a house on a toilet, and then, like, I don't know, fucking eats a mushroom. He gets sucked down the toilet, and boom, he's in. Is it Mushroom Kingdom?
I think so.
Yeah, like, that would be fucking amazing. But they know he's. I mean, I guess technically, like, Resident Evil games are kind of like, I mean, they have to be like live act. I mean, that's pretty much made. Yeah, they went all in, but all the cartoony ones, they're like, all right, we're gonna take Spyro the Dragon, but he's gonna be in New York City. Like, what? Why are you Well, I don't understand why you're doing that.
Yeah, but they did. I don't know. This isn't really like a spoiler, but like at the beginning, the place that he comes from, like the planet that he lives on, is exactly like the video game.
No kidding.
Like, he's running around. He's a tiny little hedgehog guy, and they have the loop-de-loops, and I don't know, everything just looks crazy and bright and green, and I still don't know. I don't know if this was a reference to the game, but I think it was like a big owl or something that was taking care of him, a talking owl.
I really hope you're not looking like an idiot now to some listener out there. It's like, somebody's not good at Sonic.
Well, I played like, I don't know, a handful of the Genesis games, but
Okay.
I don't really.
There's no owl in there? Maybe you don't realize it's an owl. I mean, if I just showed someone Sonic, they'd
Well,
be like,
there's so
oh,
many.
that's clearly a hedgehog.
There's so many games now.
Knuckles? Was Knuckles there?
There was like.
I had a feeling.
There's like a weird Easter eggy type thing. You got to pay close attention. It wasn't a blatant Knuckles reference.
There wasn't like a post. I kind of feel like they should have done post.
They did do a post thing. It wasn't like post credits. It was like right after.
Oh man.
The
They should have done a post credits fucking.
Do you want? Is it too early for spoilers? Is anybody listening to this?
That's the age-old question.
But I mean, I can.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone listening? Tune out.
Yeah, this is your final warning.
Tune out for 5-ish minutes. In 3, 2, 1.
So Tails pops up at the end.
Oh, okay.
He's looking for him, like, because Sonic had to leave.
Oh, I guess Tails would be the natural thing to show up next.
Yeah, Sonic had to leave the place that he grew up. These I don't know, these people are like these little like warrior looking characters are like chasing after him, trying to kill him. The owl gets in the way and gets murdered, and he carries around a bag of rings. He throws the ring up and wishes like wherever he wants to go. The ring teleports him to another place.
Wow.
So the owl tells him to go to Earth, so that's where he goes. And at the end, it looks like Tails has been following him.
Dun, 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 dun.
But the whole Knuckles, like, kind of teaser thing was those little tribal guys. They look kind of like they have dreadlocks, but they all have masks on, but they have the big eyes, just like all the other characters in the game. And I think there's something about, like, the Knuckles backstory kind of, like, ties into that somehow. And I think there was, like, a little red fur showing.
I did see a picture of Jim Carrey. I guess at some point he's bald in the movie, or like bald head, and I'm like, oh, he looks legit like that.
Yeah. Well, he gets Sonic beats him at the end, throws a ring up, teleports him to like a mushroom planet where there's nothing but mushrooms, and he's surviving.
Mario walks out. And Mario walks out and he's stomping all over him.
But he's surviving in like the post credits thing, and he's bald and has a giant mustache and like.
Oh, that's the only time he's bald and has a mustache? Oh,
Yeah.
man. I don't know.
He does have like, he has like a Hitler Youth haircut and like the kind of curly Q mustache like through most of the movie.
I know a guy that still sports that, but it's so bizarre. Like, there's so many things about that movie that I was so, like, just not weirded out is probably the wrong word, but just surprised by. Like the Jim Carrey, was it Ben Schwartz? Was that the guy that played Sonic? Like, I feel like he's kind of a somewhat known star. He was on that Parks and Recreation, I think. And then Chris Marsden. It's just weird that they got those people to sign up for a movie about a 30-year-old character that doesn't have anything coming out as far as I know. Like, they don't have any sort of, like, tie-in. Like, boom. I mean, a lot of...
Yeah,
I
was
just feel like
surprised.
with a lot of children's properties, there's like... All right, we're going to launch the toy line. We're going to launch the video game, the comic book. But they're just like, yeah, we just figured way after it was appropriate we would make this Sonic movie. And I can't believe it did well. You know, there's a portion of the audience I know that I've seen online that, like, want to support it just because they originally made it and it looked so bad that they were like, you know what, we're listening to you guys and we're going to go back and we're going to fix this. So I know there's a lot of people that were like, that's a good thing to do. There's also a portion of the audience that's very disappointed in them doing that. Like, listening to the quote-unquote, like, mob mentality. Like, you're giving these toxic fandom assholes, like, a voice, and you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, I think that's the whole reason I would think you would do it. But, and it's funny, because those same people that are, like, mad about, like, them listening to that portion of the audience are the same, like, they also don't think it looks good and are not going to go see it.
Yeah.
And they're also mad that they're like, oh, you're going to try to fix it because some fans complained online? Like, yeah. Ugh. Why would you set that precedent?
Well, I don't even really...
Now people are going to bitch and they're just going to make stuff better.
I don't even feel like people complain so much. I think they were more like this is ridiculous. Haha, let's make memes out of this. I think that's all it really was. So I don't think anybody. There were like hardcore Sonic fans that were like,
I don't know about hardcore.
"Oh my god, you ruined my childhood."
That's what I'm saying though. There were people, the people that are mad about that weren't gonna see it in the first place. The people that are mad about like not listening to the fan or listening to those to the people that hate it and made fun of it and stuff. But I don't know. It is weird because you would think that it only helped the movie by them correcting it and everything.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, that's insane to me. Like, I mean, I don't want people to have to do that, but yeah, I mean, I just, I mean, with anything, any other properties that aren't like originally films, like I just don't know why they don't do them like
just
the
like
original
the thing.
format.
Yeah.
It's always blown my mind that they're like, hey man, we're gonna do a Sonic movie, but it's not really gonna look like him. Like, why are like I don't like what makes you want to take on this property? You're like, oh, I mean, I'm sure there's people within that worked on that film that were fans. A lot of them probably just like, I'm a director. I direct movies, and I'm going to direct this movie. It's not like this is my passion project. But
well, I felt like we probably talked about this whenever they first did the teaser, but I felt like they almost tried to like make some weird amalgam of the video game character and like a real life hedgehog, and it just turned into like a jumbled mess.
But I don't. It's so weird to me. It's just like, I mean, it's the same with superheroes. Like, for the most part, they did it pretty well. But I'm like, I don't understand why you can't just make this like make them look like they do in the comic book.
Yeah.
Like Christopher Reeve's Superman looked like Superman. It didn't look stupid. Like Henry Cavill in like a basketball pigskin blue outfit. Yeah. Like it, and I think Henry Cavill's great. I mean, arguably though. Not the best movies, but I think he's a great Superman. But yeah, I just don't understand. Like, just go. Like, this is what is popular. You're gonna make that, so why not just make that? I don't understand why you.
Yeah.
Everyone.
But I think that was also maybe that was like a Zack Snyder thing.
I'm sure what, but I mean they do it in all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they're just like, oh, we got to put our own spin. It's so bizarre. Like superheroes, comic books, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. It's just so bizarre that like comic books, you know, like Superman, you know, it's like he's like 80 years old now, and like the people that created him are dead. Half the people that created all those characters are fucking dead. It's just weird that people are like clamoring to like keep it going. Like I don't know any other medium that does that. That like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up, Smilie? Oh, I want to write Harry Potter books. Like, well, you can't. What are you, stupid? You can't write Harry. Like, she wrote Harry Potter. Write your own fucking book. But superhero comics, it's like, no, I'm going to grow up and write Superman. Like, that's not crazy. But any other medium, like, what do you, well, I want to make Matrix films when I grow up. Maybe that's not the best example because now they're doing a lot of remakes. So technically, I guess at some point you're going to be able
eventually.
to.
I want to write Stephen King books.
Yeah, it's just, that's so, I mean, which is funny because I was thinking about that, and I'm like, well, there is that guy. So Ian Fleming, I think, created James Bond, but there's been a guy that's, at this point, written more James Bond than Ian Fleming ever did.
Really?
And I think he's credited now on a lot of the books and stuff, because I think for a while it was Ian Fleming, James Bond, and I don't know if this is true, but I've heard it's Ian Fleming, and I don't even know who the other guy is that gets all this credit, but it's just, I don't know, I can't imagine. And I always think about, like, that sort of approach with, like, bands and music and stuff. Like, imagine if, like, Pink... And there probably is some bands that may fall into this category, but, like, imagine, like, a band starting, you know, 30, 40 years ago, and we just keep it going. It's different people now, but it's the same band. Like,
yeah,
Guns N' Roses comes to mind.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, wouldn't that be weird if, like, I don't know, fucking... Well, Rolling Stones are still going with the well, you know, people die. You can't do anything about death.
I haven't heard about that with any bands that are like really old.
Imagine if the label recast Nirvana.
But there are like metal bands that are floating around that have been, I don't know, probably active. I know of one that's been active since like the late 90s, early 2000s, and they have no original members.
Zayo?
Well, that's one.
Oh.
And also Norma Jean.
Oh, really?
They refer to themselves as a collective now. They aren't even like they don't even claim to be a
That's
band.
funny. Both, Christian-esque bands.
Yeah, well, they both spawned.
Were they on Tooth and Nail? That's how you know you're a legit Christian
Well,
rock band.
I can't remember what Zayo stuff came out on, but Norma Jean was definitely on Solid State, which was a Tooth and Nail subsidiary.
Okay.
That
I
was
didn't know that.
that was the metal side of Tooth and Nail.
Oh, okay. But yeah, wouldn't that be weird if they just started like, yeah, we're gonna keep Nirvana. We're just gonna they're gonna make we're gonna make a reboot of I like how there's a million of them and I just drew a fucking blank. Ghostbusters, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we own the Nirvana name, so we're just gonna recast Nirvana. They're gonna be Nirvana now. These three people, and you're like, ugh. And somebody were like, oh, I like this version. That's so I don't know. It's so weird. I can't imagine being like a. I mean, I can imagine because I think it'd be cool if I got a job drawing Superman and stuff. But at the same time, that's a weird thing to aspire to because no other medium would you aspire to do that. Like, that's your life goal.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre. People are selling themselves short, man. You gotta fucking.
I wonder if some people, like especially the ones in bands, just kind of end up in those situations. Because I know the guy in Norma Jean, the singer,
Mm-hmm.
he came in technically like 3 albums in, I think. Because the very first full length they had with the moniker Norma Jean, they had one guy singing, and then he left pretty much shortly after that came out. And then they had a couple people fill in, and then this guy came in for their second full length record, and he's been with them ever since. But the lineup of people playing has just been rotating, and I think it was only like a couple albums ago that they finally lost that last guy that was hanging on.
No.
But I watched them play like their hit, their quote unquote hit, and I was like, wow, none of these people wrote this song.
Yeah, that is. Man, that's very bizarre. I mean, I just drew a blank. I just had something. This is why I got to start. Well, I guess that's good. I was listening to you, so now I forgot what I was gonna say. I was like, this is why I shouldn't stop listening to you and just wait for my chance to speak. But now I'm just rambling, trying to remember what I was gonna say. But yeah, I got nothing.
You want me to tell you? I was kind of thinking about like dipping into it when we were talking about video games earlier, but you want me to talk about my plight with
Yeah,
video game play?
for the people listening, Smilie said he was like, sorry if I'm on edge. I like how you say it, like, sorry I'm on edge. I thought something bad had happened. I'm playing a lot of video games lately. I like how your attitude totally like plays into the video games have a negative influence on people. The way you acted was totally like this. Like if you were in a court, they'd be like, "Yeah, this is an example of."
Well, it really did. Like I was so fucking angry earlier,
Was it? Were you doing bad at the game, or like you couldn't get past something? Is that
Uh-huh.
why? Oh, okay.
and I spent several hours last night, and then I got up this morning and I went at it again. It's basically like a stealth mission in Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay.
So you have to the part of the mission is you're trying to break into these like assassins' camp to find this like legendary weapon that you'll use to fight like this divine beast thing later on. And basically, you're walking around and there's each little section has like a guard walking around. If they see you, they'll whistle, and then a whole shit ton of them will come in, and it's one hit death. Like if you get caught by one of these things, you're instantly dead. So you just have to sneak around, and they really like bananas, so you have to drop bananas to like distract them. And it took me forever just to get into like the right room, and then even when I got in there, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So my girlfriend was just like, here, like she looked it up and was like, here's how you get into this thing. So I did that, and you take it back to somebody, like it's I think the like princess of the land or whatever that you're in, and she's supposed to use it to help you fight this thing. I was like, man, I should fucking stop while I'm ahead. But no, I went ahead and did it. You have to chase down this giant, like, elephant-looking thing, knock its feet out, and then hop inside of it. And I started walking around in there. I was like, oh, this is just a big puzzle. I'll get done with this, and it'll be totally cool. That took fucking forever. I couldn't figure out, like, I think I got all but 2, and then I tapped out and got a strategy guide. And then once you finally solve the puzzle, the inside turns into a giant boss battle, and I was completely outmatched. Like, I had not leveled up even near, like, half of enough to, like, face this dude. He, like, took a swipe at me, and I was toast.
That's the thing too with these games, that the more and more like sprawling and everything they get, I'm getting further and further away from ever getting into games. I think, 'cause I'm like I said, I was overwhelmed at like a game that's 35 years old. So these games that just like, yeah, you can just wander around, you can go fishing.
Yeah.
Like, what? Because I will, and then I just won't do anything. That's what I do every day. I just like go fish and Red whatever. Red Dead something.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption?
Yes. Is that the one where you can like you kill a bear and you skin it and
Yeah, I think so.
and then you
can
go
do that.
fishing. You just do stuff that's not related to the game. I mean, I guess there's a lot of games that do that.
Yeah, you can do
I
a
mean,
lot
fucking
of
Grand Theft Auto. That was all about like that was the hype. I feel like on that game. I feel like I know a few people that. Well, I guess they probably did beat it. I was gonna say I feel like I knew people that played Grand Theft Auto but never actually played it. Like, oh no, I haven't done the story or the missions or whatever.
Yeah.
I
just like driving around killing people.
Yeah, my goal is to like unlock the tank, and then I just start dropping. I remember Shane had the code for a tank, and yeah, he would just start dropping tanks out of the sky. What was funny is like eventually you get so many that like I don't know how games work obviously, but like cars are like normally there's like a set amount of like traffic and kind of like NPCs, I guess you'd call them and stuff. Eventually, they start disappearing when you have like 100 tanks just like in a pile. Because I guess it's like
they can't put that many things on the screen.
For every tank there is, there's a car disappears somewhere in the map or something. And I'm like, well, this is weird. You're in a ghost town, but there's just a big giant pile of tanks, and you have a tank. And he was always that. There was one mission where he always, I guess he wanted to get that meter up to where like whenever the long arm of the law is chasing you, and you have that meter, I guess, where it's like stars. I think it was stars, like 6 stars. He would always love, like, that was his thing, like, getting that to 6 stars and stuff. And then, like, getting away. And I don't think that's a mission on the game at all.
No.
But do they still make Grand Theft Autos? They have that?
They have Grand Theft Auto 5 is the last one. I think they still do. They still support the online, like they'll do updates for that, but they haven't announced a new one.
Isn't that is that the game where Logan? That's how Logan buys consoles. Is whenever a new Grand Theft Auto game comes out. It's like it's gonna be on the next, and it's like, all right, I'll get one, and then the next one, like,
but
all right.
It's strange because I think Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might have been in the last console generation. They just ported it over to PlayStation 4 and like PC and stuff.
It's been that long.
But
Yikes.
yeah, they somehow still support it. I think a lot of people still play it, especially online. But I don't know. But I do know Logan got PS4. I think it might have been because of the God of War game.
Oh, God of War.
But he sounded kind of disappointed, like, just with the PlayStation 4 in general. Like, he didn't really play it a whole lot. I think he beat God of War, and then he just stopped.
And then he stopped playing. And then he came here and got a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me, because he doesn't strike you as a guy that would be a gamer, but, like, I'm like, man, he's like a old school anyways. Like, he's like a legit old school. Like, he takes his time. He's dedicated. Like, he's good at it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
he'll sit and analyze like all the patterns and stuff.
Yeah, you would never think that. And I think that's why I thought like, oh, we're the same age. We're on a level playing field. And you play with him. I'm like, yeah, you're like way better at this. And you just figured out a lot. I remember like, I realized there was a difference in me. I've realized this several times playing with video games or hanging out with people playing video games. But like Mega Man X, I'm like, oh, this has to be like on list of hardest games, and it's like not at all for people.
Yeah.
And like when Logan was like playing it and doing all this stuff, and then he beat it, and I'm just like, Holy shit, dude. I remember when you got that. And I was so excited to play it, and I'm like, I don't even think I got past like the opening before you get to the level. I'm like, good lord, I'm so fucking bad.
Yeah, Mega Man X. You think that's hard? Mega
I
Man
know they
X2,
get
Mega
worse.
Man
That's what I'm saying.
X3.
They get worse after
Yeah.
that. But I was just blown away because I'm like, golly, this is where I realized I'm like, man, we're just not cut from the same cloth.
But I'm with you. I'm like, I think I'm kind of in the middle. I can get like a little bit into it, but then I just start eating shit.
Oh, I do want to. This might be a lame story, but it bugged me so much today. So I went to McDonald's after work, and anytime I go to a fast food place, I usually just get the same thing all the time. And there's always like a. For some odd reason, when I work early in the morning, even though I'm getting off in the afternoon, I'm like, it's still early. I'm gonna get a breakfast sandwich, and I always get like I know the price of it and everything, and I got I said a sausage. Now, on the menu, it says sausage biscuit with egg. So I said a sausage biscuit with egg and add cheese. And it came up on the little screen, sausage biscuit, add egg, and then beneath that, add cheese. And I'm like, did you add an egg to that? She was like, no, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm like, she just repeated it, so
Yeah.
that means she has to have known. And then it was kind of weird because I'm like putting it together, and I'm like, well, that costs an extra $1.80, and then she says the price, and I pull away, and I'm like doing the math, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds about $1.80 more than what it normally is, which means she probably added that fucking egg. But even the lady, the lady that took my money was not the same lady that took the order, but but the lady that like took my money like repeated like sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. And I was thinking about this afterwards. And I'm like, technically, there's 2 eggs on it, so it still is a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. Like she's not saying it wrong, so it's not like I could have caught her there or anything. But like, yeah, I got home and I'm like, yeah, there's 2 fucking eggs on it. But this is the weird thing is I didn't even realize that McDonald's did this because I was looking at that receipt and it says add round on the receipt, but they have like a round egg. And then they have like I guess it's like an egg.
Oh, the folded
kind of a
egg?
square folded
Yeah.
egg. So it had the round and the folded.
Oh, so you got probably like an Egg McMuffin egg?
I guess so. I didn't even realize they did that. But I'm like, in my head, I was like, oh, yeah, they're round. And then I got it. I'm like, wait, I never got this with a round egg on it. And I don't know why. What's funny is the combo of everything together is good. But like at first I was like, you know what? I'm just going to eat it with the egg. I'm like, no, I'm not. But I took the round egg off and I bit into it, and I'm like, this is not good at all.
Really?
But they're probably not good at all. But I think when they're all together, I'm like, that's what I was wondering. I'm like,
well,
because part of me wanted to try the folded egg, but I'm like, well, now I'm scared if I eat it by itself.
it's gonna ruin it.
I'm gonna like in my head, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is not good.
But I think the folded egg is supposed to be a facsimile of scrambled eggs, and the round egg is supposed to be a facsimile of like a poached egg or like a fried egg.
Yeah, that's what I realized looking at it, and I'm like, well, that's funny. This one kind of looks like a real egg, but I know they have that little circular thing that they have that makes it into that nice shape. It's kind of brilliant. I kind of like something. I mean, you could probably get a cookie cutter and fucking do that. But yeah, I definitely like the folded egg better. But like I said, I was scared to try it by itself because I didn't want to like ruin the illusion all these years that like, oh yeah, everything on here is good, but maybe it's just the perfect combination to make everything not taste bad. But I don't know. I was so mad because I just like, I thought I corrected you and you're like, no, we didn't do that. I'm like, it says add egg.
Yeah.
But I'm like, maybe it was the wording because on the menu I repeated it. I always repeat it like it says on the menu, which is weird to me that it says sausage biscuit with egg. You have to add cheese to that, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what I like. There's no sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit on the menu, but I knew to add cheese. But I should have just said sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. I don't know where she got the add egg. She's like, no.
Maybe she.
I'm like, I don't even work here, but I see that it says add an egg, so I'm thinking, did she add an egg to the sausage biscuit?
Maybe
I don't know what
maybe
the fuck
she
it
didn't
was.
understand because that from working in fast food, some people that are working the register, they don't understand like what they're typing in. But the people on the other end in the kitchen that are preparing it are like, okay, that's what it says on the screen. That's what they get.
Yeah. That's what I knew what was going to happen. I'm like, well, I'm looking at it, and if I saw sausage biscuit with egg and then add egg, I would put 2 eggs.
Yeah.
So I can get it. The guys in the kitchen clearly got it.
Uh-huh.
But that's what I'm saying. When she repeated it back, I'm like, all right, she's got it. I don't want to be one of those guys telling her how to fucking do her job, but I probably should have fucking told her how to do her job. I don't know. I don't know why it bugged me so much. I think it just bugged me because I caught it and was corrected. And it turned out I was wrong or right all along.
This kind of ties into, I had not exactly the same type of story, but a McDonald's related story. I went to work late the day after Valentine's Day because I went out.
Nice. Sonic gets those pheromones going, buddy.
But anyways.
Wait, did you, never mind, I was going to make like a banging really fast like Sonic joke.
But I took a half day so I could go into work a little late. And I wanted to stop and get some lunch on the way. Whenever I take a half day, I go in at like 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was driving around like 10:30, 10:45, and I pulled up to McDonald's, and she was like, "Would you like a biscuit with gravy?" And I was like, "No. Can I get lunch?" And they were like, "No, we're sorry, you can't get lunch right now," because it was still breakfast time, and that's probably the only time that I've ever been there. Like, it's always like I'm too late for breakfast.
Yeah.
But I finally show up in time for breakfast, and that's not what I wanted.
Oh, that's funny.
I just wanted a burger.
Because they have the breakfast menu all day now. Well, I guess not the full menu, but I know they have. I didn't even realize. For some odd reason, I kind of thought it was just everything's all day now.
I think some of the like 24-hour ones probably do a burger all day, but this one, I don't know, it was a random. I think it was in Irving or something, but
wow.
so I went to Sonic.
Dude, I haven't been to Sonic in forever. I was never big on Sonic. I think it's just I guess they have a drive-thru. Maybe that's. But I think growing up, it was just I just want to go through a drive-thru. Just make it easier for me. I don't want to have to do all this work. I'm the laziest of the lazy. I'm already here for fast food. I'm fucking parking? You kidding me? No, but yeah, I just wanted to. And there was, I mean, it's not really related, but there was like another instance where it was like, I'm turning right on a green light, and this guy in the turn lane coming the opposite direction is coming at me, and he honks at me and stuff, and I'm like. Happened today too, but it's just like, wow, this is another moment where I'm in the right, and like they're getting mad at me, and I'm like, I'm not in the wrong here, but I don't know it's one of those things where you're, because I usually take my break like half an hour before I leave, and I use that time to go pick up food and stuff. So the drive home, I was just like repeating it back and like just talking to myself, getting really fucking angry, and I'm like, son of a bitch, man, I'm gonna get home. There's gonna be a fucking egg on it. Actually, I take that back. I checked, I think, whenever I got back to work to clock out and stuff.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I fucking knew there was going to be an egg there. Told you added an egg. It said you added an egg. Oh, but that's all I got, man.
Yeah.
You can cut this one short this week, baby.
If you want to. I mean, I can still talk about, that show that I went to with Will and Cole.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot all about that.
So, like I said earlier, off mic, I impromptu kind of hung out with Cole on a Wednesday.
Former Smiley's Corner alum.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess they're both technically for the
old school fans.
For the hardcores.
But I saw on Instagram that the Satans of Soft Rock were playing at Rubber Gloves, which is a local venue around here. If you're not from Denton, Texas, or familiar with Denton, Texas,
yeah, check it out. Rich history.
And I just kind of was like, oh, isn't that Tony Ferraro's band? I know some people that are friends with him.
It's going to be the greatest name, right? Tony Ferraro.
And we kind of went back and forth, and that was the end of it. And then Will texted Cole and was like, hey, man, I'm going to this show. Y'all should come along. Well, actually, we ended up picking up Will, but we all got together and went and saw it, and it was really good. So, yeah, it's Tony Ferraro and Ryan Thomas Becker and JC. Does JC have a last name?
JC Chazet? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I have no idea. I think his real name's Justin Campbell.
Yeah.
I feel like I just made that up. That could be way off.
But anyways, they were really good. They played some Billy Joel covers, and I never really
I think I've known them to do that.
really,
I think, yeah.
but I never really like gave Billy Joel like a second thought. But after they played those songs, I kind of like got interested, so I went and bought
Really?
Billy Joel's The Nylon Curtain. It was like $5 at Recycled, and I listened to The Stranger on Spotify, and they're both really good albums.
I think. Did you talk to Will at all? I think Will's going on an Elton John kick. I know Charlie was a huge Elton John
Really?
fan. Yeah.
I have a couple. I think I have.
I probably shouldn't. I feel bad that they're always like tied together, even though I don't know that they should be.
Well, I think they've toured
Are
quite
they?
a bit.
Are they like the Beatles and Elvis? Are they like the Beatles and Elvis of like piano playing guys?
It's possible.
Like, are you a Joel guy or an Elton John guy?
But I have what is that? Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy, and is it Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
Sounds right.
Yeah, I got like a brief bit of Elton John.
That'd
I
be
don't know.
funny if I just thought it'd be funny if they did Piano Man, but they're like a guitar, bass, drums.
Oh
band.
yeah. But yeah, they did really good covers of those songs, and I don't know, it was very interesting. And from what I could gather, it was Satan's and Soft Rock stuff and Tony Ferraro like solo stuff. So
Okay.
if you're curious at all, check them out on Spotify. I think it's Tony Ferraro and the Satans of Soft Rock,
Oh.
and then the solo stuff's just his name, Tony
So
Ferraro.
he knows several Satans, more than one. I
guess.
Ooh, I don't know if that's a company I want to keep, buddy. But yeah, they're good. They're good with the covers. I know they the Bar Band is a popular one. They did the band, but
Yeah.
they do I think whole albums. I don't know if they. I know for sure. Well, I was gonna say they did an album, but maybe they just do like the best of kind of thing. But they did the same thing with Tom Petty after Petty died.
Really?
In what was that at Andy's, and it was really great. It sounded awesome. And they everyone was switching it up. You had Grady back there on the drums singing a song, and
Yeah.
I don't even remember who else. I think Dan Baum might have even sang
Really?
a song.
I know he played on Dan Baum's probably collaborated with him a lot, but
Yeah.
he's on the new Tony Ferraro album.
Okay.
I think there's lots of guest spots on it. It
Yep.
just came out. If anybody's interested, I think.
Oh, it's just. Oh, I thought you were saying it's coming out in like a week.
That's an album release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 28th at Dan's. If anybody wants to go
All
check
right.
him out live,
I
Dan Silverleaf.
might check that out. We'll see. Maybe we'll see you there, corner people. I should have probably had a joke to end on, but I don't really have anything to end on. Yeah, man. Love
Yeah.
your mother.
Love your mother.
Don't do drugs. Stay in school.
Happy belated Valentine's Day
Yeah.
to all you lonely people out there.
To all you lovers. That's what our fan base should be called, lovers. I don't know about that. What is Lady Gaga's The Freaks?
I don't even know.
I'm trying to think of like famous people. Like I feel like there's so many, and now I'm drawing a blank on. I feel like this entire podcast I've just drawn a blank. But what's the? I like fan bases. I have like the Kiss Army. I'm pretty sure Lady Gaga has The Freaks. Beliebers was one. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
We'll have to come up with one. If anyone wants to email us or message us on any of the social media apps, are they called apps? Yeah.
Yeah.
Websites?
Instagram.
Yeah. Come up with a name for it. You're more than welcome. I don't care.
What is it? Smileys_corner. At Smileys_corner on Instagram.
Yeah, boy. Instagram's the way to go.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Peace be with you.
And you.